This video is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, where you can find cool stuff in stock.
Hello, and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB. Today, in the arena, we are diving into the 2022 ranked queue. For the first time since I've been releasing a lot of footage from the early access event for the last few days while taking care of some stuff, and now we are going to really get into it. I've played a little bit on stream and I've watched a good amount of the 2022 queue, and I have a feeling that we all can agree on some of the strong decks. One thing that everybody from pros to casuals agree on is that the Prismari Dragon deck is very, very good. So, in order to both first start by exploring the deck before everybody absolutely hates it, some people might already hate it, I don't know, but we get to make a video with it before absolutely everybody hates it. And we also, when playing a deck like this, we look for its weaknesses, because it's not a mystery that the deck is strong. The mystery is what can you do to beat it. Now, the version that I'm playing is a little bit different from others, and I'll explain some of my card choices. One of the biggest ones is that I'm very anti-aggro. I'm really trying to beat the other aggressive decks in the format, not necessarily to win the mirror or beat control decks, because I think that aggressive decks are just the default. Everybody starts there trying to find, and good monocolor decks are available, although mono red is looking pretty nerfed in this format. So maybe people are looking for something to switch to. I think white will be very popular. Green appears to be a competitive deck for sure. So we've got 4 copies of Frostbite, 4 copies of Dragon's Fire, the new card that's 1 in red instant. It does 3 damage to a creature or planeswalker at instant speed, but if you reveal a dragon, it does damage equal to its power instead. And we have a few big dragons that can up this to a 4 and a 5 damage spell. And then we have 4 copies of Prismari Command, and I'm leaning hard into Prismari Command, not because I'm that afraid of the Book of Deeds, or the Angel combo thing, although that is nice collateral damage, mostly because I want the treasure token. Honestly, I want to kill their cheap creature and I want to make a treasure, because we're really trying to ramp into our 5-drop dragons. We have, of course, 3 Galazeth Prismaris, but we also have 3 copies of the Desert Doom and 4 copies of Goldspan Dragon, which is more 5-drop dragons than the average deck here plays. But if I'm in the mirror, I really want to drop the Desert Doom, and if I'm in the if I'm ahead, I want to be able to drop Goldspan. Like, Desert Doom is better when you're behind, Goldspan is better when you're ahead, and you really want to get there. And then we have 4 copies of Alrund's Epiphany, which appears to be the top end of the format, the biggest spell that you can resolve, assuming you're doing anything else with your turns. And then we have 4 copies of Saw It Coming as our counter spells. You could play Disdainful Strokes and Negates as well. I would not until I'm sure that the aggro decks are under control, because what's the point in being one of the best blue, like, kind of control decks if you can't beat the aggro decks? 4 copies of Expressive Iteration for our card draw and selection. You could also play with Behold the Multiverse. I don't want too much card advantage until I'm sure, again, that aggro is in check. And then in the mana base, I have 2 Frostboil Snarls, and I have 2 Hall of the Storm Giants. And it occurs to me I should probably play some Faceless Haven down here, that I don't really have enough of those, but I'm hoping that Hall of the Storm Giants fills that Haven role. So I don't know. Do we want to crowbar in a couple of Faceless Haven? I feel like the Frostboil Snarls are really good for the mana, fjords, pathways, like that's pretty important. And that powering up Haven was always kind of the very far in the backup plan of the deck. So I think we're going to try it without Haven for a minute, but that's another card that you could add if you really wanted to. The format seems to have a lot of trouble removing everything that gets to 4 toughness or higher, and in order to trade in combat, you often need even more power than that, like a 3/4 isn't particularly good, so I'm a little cynical about how good Galazeth Prismari will be, but I did have another 4-drop that I wanted to play. I did practice with Dragon Turtle in this deck quite a bit, and I found it to just be mediocre, and eventually sided in, forget about playing Dragon Turtle, just play Prismari Command, ramp right through the 4 spot, and get to the 5 spot where you really want to be anyway, with Imarith and with Goldspan Dragon. And then, of course, try to cast multiple Alrund's Epiphanies and win the game. So I think that's going to work out. We're going to find out. Again, if I'm matched up too much in the mirror, I'm going to need more counterspells, like Disdainful Stroke becomes very good. And then you end up in staring matches because you both have counterspells, and then Behold the Multiverse becomes very good. But Hopefully these will fend off mono white and mono green. So, are you ready? Let's dive in. Let the Prismari Dragon 2022 nonsense begin. Is Dragons the best deck in this format? Let's put it to the test. Let's see if we can pick up some wins. We're on the play, that's good. We have removal, counter, and IZZET. We could use one of the bigger dragons, but there's 7 of them. We'll probably draw one. And we're not stuck with an Epiphany in our opening hand, so this is very good. Looks like we get the mirror, which is not good. Not really what we came for. But at least we have a saw it coming. We'll see if our opponent is maximizing card advantage or not. Okay, that helps us get rid of these pesky frostbites, which is really nice. Do we want to do it on their turn or ours? What are they going to do on 3? There's nothing on 3 I actually want to counter. I'm doing it now. Just because we can play it at instant speed doesn't mean we always want to. Let's get rid of these frostbites. Alright, they run Haven. We drew another Epiphany. Our hand still isn't good. I'm going to go for the IZZET. If they decide to counter it, at least they're down a counterspell, and our top deck dragons get better. Yep, they're running Disdainful Strokes. They're way ahead because of, you know, card choices for the mirror. I discussed all that in the intro if you skipped it, why we run so much removal. And it was not to beat the mirror. Okay, not a saw it coming. That's good. Let's see what kind of removal they have. They might go for a dragon if we counter it. Okay, we've got a chance. That's it. That was easy. All right, our opponent was a little bit soft there. We needed to top deck a land, and then we go Epiphany, and we probably win. But if we top decked a tapped land or just another removal spell, I mean, look at them. They've got 2 Epiphanies. So I have a feeling that game wasn't over. All right, on the play. This time we've got some 4 and 5 drops and the Prismari command. Let's keep it. This might be the rare iteration on turn 2. Where you just need the land. Let's see what we draw. Okay, we draw the land. Well, in that case, we'll just foretell the Epiphany and try to save this for the card advantage. Whatever we're up against looks like some kind of weird mono black pile. Warlock class. At the beginning of your end step, if a creature died, each opponent loses 1 life. Level 2. Look at the top 3. Put 1 in your hand and the rest in your graveyard. And then level 3 is 7 mana. At the beginning of your end step, each opponent loses life equal to the life they lost this turn. Scourge of the Skyclaves. If it was kicked, each player loses half their life rounded up. At the beginning of each end step, loses half the life they lost. That's a combo. I mean, this combo is an insane amount of mana. It's 14 total mana, but if you do it, it's a you lose combo. Well, that's exciting. I'll make a treasure. Do we want to do the draw 2? I actually love my hand. I don't want to discard anything, so we'll just do 2 damage. And yes, I'm going to rope my opponent more while reading cards when the cards are new, because a lot of the audience doesn't know what's going on either. That's not going to... This will not stop. Really tempting to save my treasure. But let's get the Doom out. It probably means the opponent just can't do anything, because they're afraid of getting hit by this card. They might have a Soul Shatter. We'll put it to the test. Okay, they've got it. Let's play IZZET. Give them something else to kill. So the key against any deck that tries to go slow against you that doesn't have a ton of counter spells is just to get to a position where you get 1 threat to survive a turn, and then you just play all runs Epiphanies over and over. So let's keep trying to set that up. All right, another iteration to hand is good. Frostbite looks unnecessary. Our opponent needs 7 mana on consecutive turns to pull off their, what appears to be their combo. So I think we're fine. I think we're fine using these iterations and waiting till they tap out for this, which they'll probably be afraid to do. Okay, they have the Lantern. We're a 4 Prismari command deck. I'm not too scared. Okay, there's a command. We can put a Saw It Coming into hand. Dragon's Fire in the middle, command here. Why did I make a treasure? Why didn't I blow this up? Nice. Classic CGB. I don't think they'll play into this. I think they'll activate the Warlock class, and then we'll win. It turns out that treasure might be really handy. Let's see, they play this, they plus it. Who cares? I don't care. One less damage that I have to do. Ready, guys? Do we iteration first? I want a Goldspan Dragon, then Epiphany, so no, I do not iteration first. I already know exactly what my line is. And then we need to hit another Epiphany off the iteration, or the top deck, and we're good. All right, let's go. Not the draw. Let's try again. Whoa, we bricked hard. Like, really hard. That's not good. But hopefully the counterspell gets us through. Let's kill the Onyx.
You're quite a pest. Whatever. I have more important things to do.
And we're actually a damage short here, even if we survive this. Hopefully their hand includes a little bit of garbage, you know, Scourge and such. Wow. Do I get a card, though? Nope, they had enough mana to not give me a card. One card off, huh? It's close. Let's see. Maybe we top deck another dragon. 1 damage. Didn't find it. Still might be enough. They've got to clear the birds. Game of inches. And we have been off by an inch. All 3 expressive iterations, too. Crazy. I mean, the Frostbite's probably not good, but I guess it can tag an Onyx. Okay, then. Free Onyx, but you can't plus the Onyx. Nice. Plus the Onyx, you die. So they get Scourge, which is an 11-11. Oh, my lord. Oh, my lord. 12-12. Hurts to be this good. Never didn't have it, guys. It was there the whole time. Why not? I appreciate the shuffler today. The shuffler, normally I'd complain, now I understand. The shuffler is just trying to help with the content. No name. Weird. Actual blocked name. How do I get that? I want to block my name. I get sick of getting stream sniped. How do I get no names? How do I get covert go no names? All right. Let's try this out. We're on the play. We might miss land, which is scary. Of course. If we, I would be surprised if we didn't draw another 5-drop in this spot. Okay. Black, white, what are you up to? Nothing. Hey! Somebody up there likes me. Cool. Well, now we might even ramp into Desert Doom from what was a scary spot. Loyal Warhound. That ramps them. Do I care? Not really. I think we just try to do our thing. Because while they might have Soul Shatter is like the best thing they can have against the Doom. They've got something. What's one black in this format? Alright, we did not find another land. I think we discard the counter spells, to be honest. I think we're leaning too heavily on that. Rough. Pretty rough set of draws. But we'll make it work. Let's take this hit. I don't want to have to sacrifice my treasures to counter something if the opponent plays something really good. Not quite sure what that would be. Righteous Valkyrie? Not afraid. Yeah, they've got something. And I think it costed 1 black. Very bizarre. Man, we are 1 mana away from being able to play this with counterspell backup. But I guess we'll slam it. That's what the deck does. We do have 2 of them as well. So even if they have 1 Soul Shatter, we make them have a second one. But yeah, there's a lot of slamming. At least in the games I play, there's a lot of slamming the Desert Doom. Strong. They're not gonna... I mean, they could double block, I guess. Play this. What if we play this and we Dragonfire the 4/4 and just swing? Then this doesn't do too much and they take a bunch of damage. They do have mana open, though. So I think they have Vanishing Verse. They can't target the Desert Doom. Oh, they can't kill the dragon either. We have to saw it coming. Okay. They let us attack. All right, 5 damage thanks to the Doom. If we choose our Goldspan Dragon, we don't get a treasure. Seen that comment a few times, but the card doesn't work that way. Okay, no Vanishing Verse. The shields are down. So if they have, like, Doom Scar, I guess we have to play another Desert Doom. Something gets foretold. Shield. I don't think that's gonna save you. On top of that, they go ahead and turn their creature sideways and walk into the Allrun's Epiphany. the value. Man, a turn with a dragon and then casting Alrund's Epiphany, it's just so good. On the play with removal. Will our opponent play creatures? I went through a phase where I changed the deck up and tried to make it all anti-control. And then what happened? I queued against creatures 4 games in a row. So I'm back. I am back. I am back on the anti-creature plan. The matchmaker has just... It's been kind of clowning with me today. It's been laughing at me, quite frankly. I think we Dragonfire here. Because that way we can still Frostbite if we hit an untapped red source off these iterations. Which is exactly what we want to hit now, and we do. So, Prismari Command, Desert Doom. I guess we have 2 expensive dragons already. Grabbing a Prismari Command seems good. I love you, Desert Doom. Come back later. Come back later and I'll have time for you. It's alright, buddy. 2 layers of the Hydra. Layer of the Hydra is a heck of a card. 3 layers of the Hydra. It means basically, these creature lands in general mean that if you're on the back foot, you're going to be on the back foot the whole game. Like, they're not going to stop hitting you. Let's go ahead and hold this, play Galazeth, and use the mana to Frostbite on their turn. It might convince them to move in, or to try to cast a Blizzard Brawl, or something that we can blow out with the Frostbite. Although, the read should be pretty good that we have it, based on last turn. That Haven's a long way from activation. 4 creatures in the mana base. What a beast. Alright, level 2. So this is what I'm talking about. Them powering this up. They take their turn off, and we absolutely destroy their turn. Now the good news is whenever they attack, they get counters, which is really good with their creature lands, but they didn't get counters the turn they activated it. Let's get busy. We gotta close this out, because the opponent can attack us every turn of the game if they want to. With huge creatures. Thanks to the Ranger class. Double pack leader. Ow! Good thing we have lethal. All right. That is what we're supposed to do against aggro. All 5s and 6s. Seems bad. Especially on the draw. Still no removal on the draw. Hand is too slow. I mean, we can hope that we're up against the Dragon Mirror. If we're up against the Dragon Mirror, then this hand is good. Our opponent has dog sleeves. Doesn't seem like the Dragon Mirror. Doesn't seem like it. Can we go to 5? I think we have to. Okay. So, card advantage we need, removal we need, land we need, so... Awkward, but I think this is right. Goblin Gamer. Mono red. You don't say. Whenever it attacks, if you attacked first strike. Actual Goblin Warlord over here. Okay. We could play an iteration here, but I think we're supposed to hold it. We really need a 2-for-1 off the card. Let's put a stop so we can bluff. There's the Den of the Bugbear. Another Hobgob. Target for Prismari Command. Now we don't want to bluff. Not sure what they could do to interfere with this. All right, the Haven Bugbear combo. Battlecry Goblin. Goblin get +2/+0 and haste. So they're probably going to power that up. That is actually really good. It can give itself haste. Didn't quite realize that. Do we need a treasure? Drawing the cards I don't think helps me too much. It's just card flat. Let's make a treasure. I wonder if that Battlecry Goblin is better than this. I mean, this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 this turn. This is a little less. I don't know. Man. Am I Expressive Iteration here or Galazeth? I feel like we need Galazeth just to give them pause, but if we do that, we don't get to do anything else cool. Prismari Command can kill this now, but then they just power up their den, right? I guess it's Prismari Command. We want to keep them from powering up a creature land. If they go for another goblin, we can kill the Battlecry Goblin in response and they don't get to give it haste. Man, if they go Snowland, power up Haven. Ooh, I don't like that. They're reaching for the Haven. Don't, I mean, if you tap it, you better tap it for mana. Do not activate it. All right, so this comes onto the battlefield. If we kill this in response, they can't give this haste. When you're low on cards, and they're not really the cards you want to discard, don't use the draw 2, discard 2. It's such a waste. The treasure can be more helpful. All right, 10 life, under pressure. There we go. We needed that. Now if the opponent powers up Haven or Den, we kill it. Okay, when deals damage equal to number of goblins that enter the battlefield under your control to any target. That's 1. If this comes onto the battlefield, you can't give it haste. It'll give this a boost. This is... All right. So they can... This... it doesn't have haste, so this can't be used this turn. All right. What's this? Against first strike, which we don't really mind because we're going to kill it. Or are we? Okay, it still gained first strike, even though the power changed, so it's good to know that's how the tactics works before it gets me in trouble somewhere where it matters more. Okay, this dog is killing me. So annoying. All right. Expressive Iteration. Saw it coming in hand, gold span on field. Seems good. We're at 9. How hard do we try to turn this corner? Okay then. I guess that's all it took. A little gold span dragon to trigger the goblin player. All right. Good hand. I think. The lack of 2 blue is kind of scary. Double Desert Doom can be good. It depends on if the opponent's going to kill it. When I see Ashiok, I assume they're going to play removal spells. We might get to 4. We should get to foretell this on turn 2 because we're on the play. On the draw, that's not as easy. All right, we're on the lookout for blue number 2. Okay. I don't think they're going to do anything on turn 3 that requires a Saw It Coming. Well, this is fun. We're having quite the slamming of cards. Let's keep it up. We might counter this, but we got to get through them somehow. We're an anti-aggro deck, so we need something to go right for us. Dragon on dragon crime here. We have to tap out if we do this. What if we fight on their turn? If we fight on their turn, we can try to fight a counter war. Could be good. Let's see what they do. We could also take our extra turn now when we know it will resolve. I guess that's helpful. This might be an all-runs epiphany. Maybe we can bait them into casting it. Do they attack? They do. Right. One bird, one stone. So we block with the bird, and the reason we do that is we don't want to take action until their end step here. Timing is often everything in the control battles. We needed an untapped blue. Oh man, we needed an untapped blue. And we got an untapped red. Heartbreaker. If they had a Soul Shatter, would we have seen it? They might have another Disdainful Stroke. I think we wait for it, and I think we're going to discard this and actually use the draw function of the Prismari command. I think we wait. I gave away that I have, like, that. I'm sure I gave away that this is a saw it coming with the way I played the last turn. Interesting. It's a lot of land. Opponent might have another one of these, but we can't let the first one resolve either. It does tell me they don't have a counter spell. Rough. It's a rough sequence here, but it's all up to the doom now. Wrecked. Wrecked. I think we can scoop to that. Think we can scoop to that. That was pretty sick. That was sick. Super awkward hand. Without Frostbite, I wouldn't keep it at all. With Frostbite, maybe? I guess if we draw another untapped land, we get to do stuff early and often. The double dragon, starting to make me wonder. Most of the other Prismari dragon decks aren't bringing in many Immoreths, but I still think it's like a really important card in the meta. But maybe I'm a little biased. What do you guys think? The pathway, huh? Well, we got to use our mana. And we might use our mana next turn. Mammoth? Man, Frostbite's never looked so bad. This is not the draw we're looking for. All right, Mammoth. Beat me up. I'm used to just losing from this point, though, because of Great Henge, and Great Henge isn't in this format. That's pretty good, too, though. That's really good. Poor Frostbite can't get the job done without another snow permanent. Should we take out a cat? Are we far enough behind that we need to take out a cat here? I do believe I'm taking out a mammoth for sure next turn when I hit my land, but I'm not sure what else I'm doing. Alright, if we draw a Prismari command, that's really good. Unfortunately, we just moved one to the bottom. That's really unfortunate, actually. Man, look at how bad going second is. Ooh. 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 Oh, God. Well, we gotta play a Snowland. But everything about the deck is kind of falling apart here. That's an oops on my part. I was too tilted. Too tilted. Now I'm gonna get clowned by the chariot. Drew the untapped land. They're holding up mana though. They're probably expecting a Goldspan Dragon. Let's give them a Desert Doom instead. I don't know what they might have there, like Iron Verdict is a card I looked at in white that was like, well, that can kill a Goldspan Dragon. Okay, we're casting Emergent Sequence to get a 1/1. That's an oops in sequencing. You have a pump spell for this? Or you just want to make a cat? Well, that's definitely sus. Okay, more chariot. Makes sense. Makes sense. All right, well, we can Epiphany here and try to draw our way out of this. We can also play Goldspan, attack with that, but then we might die on the attack because they're wide enough for that. So it's Epiphany time. Man, those 1/1 birds from Epiphany, so clutch. Let's see what we can draw with this Doom. Good card. Really good card. Are we gonna lose? Can they kill us? What can they play that would pump all these? And does one more blocker matter? Like if everything here got +2/+2, and I blocked 1, 2, 3, I would take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and I would play this and I'd kill something. And what that says to me is that yes, one more blocker does matter. Probably should have played the Hall of the Storm Giants, but I guess this way we do save a treasure. If I untap next turn, I should be able to win regardless. We have so much flying. We have another dragon. So let's just make sure we survive this turn. Miria's Call. That will give everything indestructible and make 2 4/4s. That's pretty good, but can we beat it? This is not indestructible, so I can block it with the Doom. If they actually tap one of the Angels, we win. Okay, the kitties are coming in. They're indestructible. So, one Angel blocks here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, and they're at 11. Good lord. If I had played the Hall of Storm Giants, They would just turn this into a chariot, but I could have done this on end step. Yeah. Right now I'm looking at potentially lethal because I didn't play the Storm Giants. Or potentially lack of lethal, I should say. Down to 3. We do it now. This is close. We need a good draw. That's not it. Man, that's not it. Oh no. I guess we hope that the Doom... we hope they chump the Doom, or that we draw something good off it. One of the two. Man, but if I could power up the Hall of Storm Giants, I'd have won. That was just a bad play. Alrund's Epiphany, please. Something good. Something good. Is that a bailout? I think it means I survive. If they have another creature, I lose. They might have another Amiria's Call. I have to play an untapped land, though, so the Storm Giant stays in my hand. So all they need is a creature that can crew the chariot. That'll do. Now they just need to power up the chariot and attack all, and they're good. Chariot making angels a sight. Oh, it's been a rough day. That throw is gonna just tilt me forever, honestly, because I did not need another bad oops today, and I definitely made one. All right, on the play with removal. I bet we're in the mirror, but I'll give it a try. Miria's Call. Okay. Well, we drew something to do with turn 2. Youthful Valkyrie. Alright, I can fight some angels. I'm down for this. See what our opponent does. Prismari Command is very useful against the Book of Deeds, so we're going to try to hold it for that. Kill this before it gets too big. Do not draw land, so let's see if we can go locate one. Hand, even though it might be tapped soon, and exile, so we have untapped 2, so we can zap something. Nasty. Very nasty. Let's see what they pick. Dragons versus angels and clerics. They pick Galazeth. They fear the dragon. Okay. I think we leave around the Angel of Vitality and get rid of the Spellbinder. I'm not positive about that, but feels right. The Prismari Command can kill both. the Valkyrie. Okay, the Dragon's Fire won't kill it. The command won't kill it. Could be a pain. So we have 4 Prismari commands, and they're going to play around this for quite a while. Let's go ahead and get rid of this and make a treasure. This way we can play IZZET next turn and also have Dragon's Fire available. Angel of Destiny. Wow. Wowie, wow, wow. That saw it coming is late. But I think, I don't know, I think I can ambush them pretty good. Because I definitely have some tricks up my sleeve with this collection of cards. I am going to take the extra turn and make the birds, though. Pretty cool. There we go. Can I play it this turn? If I play it this turn, the shields are really down. That's not good. So we'll go hand, bottom, exile, reveal a dragon, target this, and show him this. Dead. Now I can still Dragonfire this thing away if it takes a point of damage. Or I can combine it with Prismari Command. That's really rude. Man, Spellbinder's a card. No attacks. Big old gold span, huh? If I have double treasure mana, I can do quite a bit here. Let's go. All right. Destiny averted. Hand emptied, though. Are you a Doomscar mage? Another Righteous Valkyrie, but now they're a long way from 27. A Redain. They've got some blockers. Let's try to keep the pressure applied. Take it all. Are they trying to draw me in? Should I play this? Okay. I don't believe in Doomscars, especially after playing 2 creatures. I don't buy it. Another Angel of Destiny and big 6 life points. Land off the top. And we are bricked. We are absolutely bricked. Alright, stalemate. Declare a truce. You don't attack me, I don't attack you. We hold. Stalemate continues. Oh no, how did you draw that? Now they're an angel away from just domination. That's a frostbite. That's frostbite. Oh my goodness. None of these have lifelink on their own. If I attack with everything, it may throw the opponent for quite the loop. Let's go like this. See what they do. That's it. That's gonna be huge. Three cards. They give me 3 cards. That's another frostbite. Guys, I've had an epiphany. Okay. We just attack with a lot of things. What happens? I kind of want them to gang up on the Doom, though. I want them to gang up on the Doom. And then I also want them to put... Do I want 2 Valkyries in front of this? If they're doing that, then they're not blocking the Doom or they're chumping the Doom, which is fine. I need to get rid of a Valkyrie. Well, I guess if I need to do that, we attack with these 2, right? Alright. Just send the house. Because now... Oh, everybody. That's bizarre. Alright, 1 here. Yeah, there was no way they were going to get out of losing a Valkyrie there. And we draw more cards with the Doom. Prismari Command. Fresh cards. Alright, we're on the move now. My dragon over here making all kinds of noise. Just like losing its mind. Your go? I'm having fun, man. What's the problem? What's the problem? Gosh, Desert Doom has drawn so much. It's drawn so much. There we go. Good night, Angel Gamer. This one is mine. And we are back for the post-game wrap-up, and what do I have to say about dragons? I think that if the 2022 format were best of 3, IZZET Dragons, Prismari Dragons would be tier 1, because this deck has all of the tools to beat all of the other decks in the format. The problem is, it can't fit them all into the same deck. Draconic Intervention is a great sweeper against decks that aren't Prismari Dragons, but there's enough dragons in the format that you can't play Draconic Intervention. This configuration with Frostbite, Prismari Command, Dragon's Fire, it holds its own very well against creature decks. But there's a lot of decks where there are just no good targets for Frostbite, and Prismari Command is just kind of okay. Pretty much every single time that you play against another Prismari Dragons deck, if they're not running these cards and they're instead running Disdainful Stroke, they are advantaged. Disdainful Stroke and Negate are wonderful in the mirror and against other control decks, but you can't afford to run them because your opponent might run you over with creatures. So the deck falls into the classic mid-range problem of can you go hard enough against aggro? Can you go hard enough against control? And I guess you have to be willing to play for about an hour, figure out what your meta in your range of the ladder is for that day, and make adjustments accordingly. I think that this build will pick off the aggro decks. I always believe, and most of the data usually shows, that there are more aggro decks in the arena than control. So you might lose some of the matchups against control. My advice in those matchups, just don't play around too many counterspells and slam your cards. If they've got it, you lose. If they don't have it, though, they could just be cold to an Imrith and a few Alrund's Epiphanies, and maybe you steal the game in that manner. So I like this version, but I'm not convinced this deck is actually top tier, because I don't think... I think that you're at the mercy of the matchmaker all the time. And I think that you will have days where you just completely derank playing a deck like this because you can't get the matchup you need. And you'll have days where this deck feels like the best deck in the room because you're on the play against aggro and you're just killing everything they do, casting Goldspan Dragon, and then casting Alrund's Epiphany and making them cry. So, polarized deck. Choose what you want to beat. If you want to win mirrors and you want to beat control decks, you need Negates, Disdainful Strokes, maybe Behold the Multiverse. If you want to beat aggro, you need something like this. You can also try running Draconic Intervention. I do not recommend it for this build, though. There aren't enough expensive spells, and there are too many dragons in the format. So, those are my thoughts on Prismari Dragons in 2022. What do you guys think? What main deck cards are you trying out? Thank you for watching this video. As always, I will see you in the next video. You're cool.